See, Hope, look, if I was Jacob, I'd say, hey, boys, it's kind of hungry around here. We ain't got no food. Go to that Play-Doh man and tell him we need some food. Take some money with you now.
Okay, Papa. Vroom, vroom. Ayo, Pharaoh.
No, man, I'm the Play-Doh man.
No, Zeke, not the Play-Doh man. Pharaoh.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll be Pharaoh.
Anyway, my daddy sent us to get some food. Can we get some food from you?
No, man, y'all can't have no food. What I look like? Walmart? Shoot, get away. Go on out of here.
Wait a minute, guys. That's not how this goes. Maybe it's time for a Christmas adventure.
Candy? Yay!
Okay, guys. Who's ready for chocolate?
Woo! Candy.
Zeke, take
No,
No, Zeke.
mine.
Get one.
I love
All right,
you.
so it's 8 days. What? No, that was yesterday. It's December the 9th. Okay, so that leaves, I'm going to save mine. I always save mine. So that leaves us with 16 days till Christmas.
Woo, I'm getting excited.
I can't wait till it finally gets here. It seems like forever.
Yeah, man, we've been waiting for years.
Well, I think actually 9 days is all we've been waiting for our Christmas adventure.
Well, it seems like years.
Well, it's only 9 days, Zeke.
So, Mom, yesterday you were finishing up the book of Matthew in the Old Testament. But now we need to get to the New Testament for Jesus to be born.
That's right. We got to get to Matthew. So how many books is it? Do you guys know how many books is it from the first book in Genesis all the way to Matthew?
Genesis,
Exodus,
Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah and Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, and there's more.
Matthew.
Matthew's next, that's right. So how many books was that?
Matthew is the 40th book of the Bible. Mom, you have to hurry up or we'll never make it to Jesus being born.
Well, you're right about that. There's no way I can tell you all the things that happened in all 40 books between Genesis and Matthew. But I'm going to be skipping a lot.
A lot.
So, back to the book of Genesis. Yesterday, we finished that. And I want to tell you what the book of Genesis means. The word Genesis means beginning. So after that, we get to, what's the second book of the Bible?
Exodus.
Exodus. And Exodus has a meaning also. Anybody want to guess? What do you think Exodus means?
Exit.
Exit. Yes, that's what Exodus means. And we're going to find out about some people exiting. So who do you think is going to exit and where are they going to exit from and to?
When Genesis ended yesterday, all the children of Israel were in Egypt.
That's right here where you made for me.
Yeah, they were living large with the Play-Doh man.
Not the Play-Doh man, the Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, Mr. Play-Doh.
Anyway, Joseph's family moves there because of the famine. When the famine was over, did they go back to the promised land?
Well, you know what? Maybe they were supposed to go back, but they didn't. And the Bible doesn't tell us if they were supposed to and why they didn't. So the book of Exodus tells us that all of Joseph's brothers, they all die. Joseph died in Genesis, but he had 2 sons and all of them had children. And so what we find out is their descendants outnumbered the Egyptian people. There were so many of them.
Is this the part where Abraham had more children than the stars in the sky with all them kids running out? Pew, 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 pew. That's a lot of kids.
And that was a lot of kids, and I think it is, Zeke. So there, and not only that, the Pharaoh that was there when Joseph was there, he died also. So there's a new Pharaoh in town, and he was terrified. He was so scared of these people that he decided that he would make them his slaves.
His slaves?
Man, that's just wrong.
What happened next?
Well, Pharaoh, he was so scared of them and that they were outnumbering him that he decided that anytime one of the women had a baby boy, that the nurse who delivered the baby boy should kill the baby.
What? They were killing all the babies?
No, Zeke. She just said the baby boys.
Oh,
That's right.
that's still bad.
You're right. It is bad. Very bad. But there was this one woman, and she had a baby boy. And after she hid that baby away, and a few weeks later, she put the baby in a basket and floated it down the river. And you'll never guess who found that baby. Do you know who it was?
Who?
It was the Pharaoh's daughter. And the daughter grabbed him up and made him her own son.
Oh, yeah, I know that story. That was Moses.
Yeah, the Pharaoh's daughter treated him like it was her own son.
That's exactly right. Moses, for the first 40 years of Moses' life, he lived with the Pharaoh. He did not live with his own people. And he lived as a Pharaoh, as a king's son, so like a prince for 40 years. But then something happened and he ran away and he lived somewhere else for 40 years. And while he was in that other land, do you know what happened? He had a wife, he had children, and he was living his life not as Pharaoh's son anymore, but as a farmer. Well, one day he was walking around and he saw God talking to him in a bush.
In a bush? Well, what's God doing in the bush? Was he hiding?
I don't think he was in the bush, Zeke. Isn't this the story of the burning bush?
Yes, God, he had this bush and he set it on fire, but it didn't burn up. So Moses, he saw the bush and he went to go check it out. And when he got there, God spoke to him from the bush and said, "You need to go back to the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go to the promised land."
Well, how's that even possible for a bush to be on fire and it not even burn up?
Yeah, if something is on fire, it burns up. How is this possible?
There were a lot of impossible things that happened in the story of Moses.
Like what, man? I want to hear this.
Yeah, me too.
Well, see, Moses, he's going to go over to the Pharaoh and he's going to tell him, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh's going to say, "No way." And in fact, he is going to make life harder on all these children of Israel. But Moses kept asking, and in all, he asked him 10 times.
I bet the Pharaoh got tired of him asking. You tell me to stop asking when I keep asking, so he probably got really, 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 really annoyed.
Yeah, my mom gets like that too when I keep asking over and over and
Well-
over and over.
Well,
And over.
you're right, guys. So the Pharaoh, he was a stubborn man. And every time that God would say, or that Moses would say, "Let them go," and he would say no, then God would send something bad to happen. But it would only happen to the Egyptian people, not to the children of Israel. And you know what? I have a song about it. Would you like me to sing it?
Well, duh. Let's sing, 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 sing.
Okay, and guess what? I have some masks that we can wear. Hope you put on the first one, okay? All right, here we go. First, God sent plague number 1, turned the Nile into blood. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, "Let them go."
Is that the Nile River you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Well, how does water turn into blood?
That's disgusting.
You're exactly right, but remember what I told you. God does not listen to the laws of nature. Guess what? I've got another one. Hope, put this one on, Zeke.
Oh, put it on me, put it on me.
Then God sent plague number 2, jumping frogs all over you. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go!
all right, hope you sing that part too, all right? You guys also sing that part.
Ready.
Well,
Ugh.
all right, here's number 3. Are you ready?
Ready.
Then God sent plague number 3, swarms of gnats from head to knee. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go! Gnats? Is that little tiny bug it swarms on?
yeah, those little bitty ones.
Blood, frogs, and gnats, and this is getting worse and worse.
Well, it's going to get worse because then God sent plague number 4, filthy flies, need we say more? All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go!
Hey, Miss Heather, those aren't flies.
oops, wrong mask. Oh well, next one. Then God sent plague number 5, all the livestock up and died. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go! Livestock? What's that?
that's like cows.
Moo.
You're a frog, Zeke, remember?
Ribbit.
If all the cows died, then they wouldn't have any milk to drink.
You're right.
Or any hamburger.
You're right.
Oh yeah, the Pharaoh should probably let the people go.
You're right. But it's going to get worse when they get to plague number 6. Then God sent plague number 6, boils and sores to make you sick. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go!
Well, sores on their body. Man, this is getting worse every time.
you're right.
How many did you say there were?
There's 10.
Oh,
so let's keep going. Then God sent plague number 7, hail and lightning down from heaven. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go!
Oh, storms, man, those can be scary.
Pharaoh should let them go.
I agree, they should. But then God sent plague number 8, locusts came and they sure ate. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go.
What's locust?
Man, that's some bugs.
Ugh, make it stop.
well, then God sent plague number 9, total darkness all the time. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh,
Let them go. Hey, who turned off the light?
Oh, I think it was God.
Then God sent plague number 10. Pharaoh's son died, so he gave in. All the people of Egypt were feeling pretty low. Finally, Pharaoh let them go.
Well, man, it's about time.
It really is an amazing story. And as they were leaving, they got to the Red Sea, and another amazing thing in nature happened.
Well, what was it?
Well, that Red Sea, it opened up, and all the people, they were able to walk across on dry ground.
That is crazy. Imagining a pool opening up right in front of you while you're trying to swim in it.
Right, I know, it is crazy, but even more crazy is what happened next. When the Pharaoh saw them all walking across, he decided he was going to do it too. So Pharaoh came with his army, and they were walking across, and all of a sudden, the Red Sea closed back, and the Pharaoh and the army all died.
Wow, that's a cool story, man. But, Miss Heather, check out the time. We better get going. This story took a long time.
You're right about that.
Yeah, it did. But learning these stories make waiting go way faster.
I agree, but for now, we better go. So, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye!
Thank you for watching this Christmas adventure as we study the true meaning of Christmas. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ came to this earth as a baby. He lived here for 33 years. He lived a perfect life. He gave his life on the cross of Calvary so we could be saved. 3 days later, he arose from the grave. He remained on this earth for 40 days before he went back into heaven. As he left in a cloud, angels told his disciples Jesus would return to earth one day. This season, as you look forward to celebrating Christmas, pay attention to the feeling of anticipation you feel. Remember the promise, he is coming again. This time he will not come as a baby, but as a king. May the feeling of joy and anticipation of his second coming be even greater than Christmas. The King is coming.